Hi, my name is Micah Tutay. I'm a gallery manager at Angelica Gallery and Framing in Phoenix, and I'm here interviewing an artist, Jeff Ivanhoe, who came up with Alumosaics. Hi, Jeff.
How are you, Micah?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine today.
Good. I just want to ask you a few questions to let everybody know more about you.
Okay.
The first thing I would like to know is, what was the first thing or moment in your life that inspired you to become an artist in the first place?
Well, I truly think it was something that happened in 5th grade. They had a contest to make a stained glass window for a play they were going to have and use it as a backdrop for a play. So I got my little crayons out and I said, you know, I think I can do this. I started drawing a stained glass window and had unique shapes and entered my little piece of paper. And 2 days later I found out they chose my design. And of course that got me invigorated in 5th grade.
Well, that's great. And what inspires and motivates you now?
In all honesty, my wife is a terrific artist, and she is a big factor in motivation, a huge factor in motivating me. But there's also a built-in tenacity that I've had, and I still have.
Do you ever get inspiration from your surroundings or anything like that?
Yes, I do.
Moments?
Sometimes there are moments. I love to ride a bike in the morning. Sometimes I'll bump into my golfing buddies. I'll see visuals that will inspire me. The quietness, I have time to think, and sometimes that does inspire me.
And what are you feeling when you express yourself creatively? Is there something that you're going through, a process or emotions?
Well, when I am working on a piece of art or an Alumosaic, there is an anxiety within me. And that anxiety is, I think, trying to get it accomplished to an end so I can see if the time and emotion I spent had value. And that's what happens to me when I do my art.
Do you get a little impatient when you're doing that with your work? Do you
no, it's just an anxiety to get finished, to see it. It's one of the few things in life that I am patient with is my art.
Well, that's good. Maybe I should be more artistic.
Maybe.
Are there certain things or people that influence you along the way, your creative flow process, other than your wife?
Yes. Yes, I had one instructor at the U of A. His name was Carl Helt. I started out in business, didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, and I took one of his courses as an elective, and it just moved me. And I asked him, I said, can a person make a living in the graphic field? He said, well, if you're good, you can. And I said, well, what do you think? He said, well, take another class. I took one more class and switched majors and made the dean's list. I don't want to exaggerate, but I believe 6 times in a row.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what got you on the road to graphic design.
Graphic design, right.
Okay. So what's your favorite atmosphere to create in? Do you have a special place or?
Yes, I have a room at home, and it's quiet, and I listen to old rock music that I love.
And that's probably why Elvis is one of your
characters? I'm 66 years old, and Elvis and I go back a long way.
And what would you say would be the one thing that you would like people to take away from your work when they're viewing it or even watching the video on how to make it? Is there anything special that you want the viewers to know or take away from your work?
In all honesty, Micah, I approach my work truly, I don't want to say it's a selfish basis, but it's one that it's for me. Something I want to accomplish, and if they see and get some joy out of it, that's wonderful. And if they don't like it and don't get any joy out of it, that's okay too. That's strictly up to them.
Because it's your creative process.
Yes, it's mine, right? It is kind of private.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And are there any other hobbies or interests? Do you have other profession now? You were in graphic design before.
Right.
And what about hobbies, interests?
Basically, I like to ride a bike and play some golf with some friends. And of course, I've got 4 children and grandchildren, so I do spend time with them.
That keeps you busy.
Yes, yes.
Other than you started Alumosaics because you were kind of in a new point in your life, a turning point, you were in a new place.
Right.
And Is there another example that you had to get past a difficulty, whether it was professional or any other difficulty, other than the moment Alumosaics came to you?
The Alumosaics was a right person at the right time. It just was one of those things that happened. And but as far as other difficulties, difficulty when you lose someone you love, that's probably the most difficult for me.
And do you focus on your work a lot when you go through something like that?
Oh yeah, that's 5 hours can go by so quickly for me, and it's really saved me because I have a lot going on inside. Maybe some people can't notice it on the outside, but I do, and that is a way for me to calm myself. Gives me great joy, and been 30 years worth.
Well, where do you see yourself in about 5 to 10 years from now?
Well, I'm 66 now. In all honesty, Micah, I try not to look past the next bend in the road. I'm a one day at a time guy, and at least I try to be that way. And but it's a battle at times. You know, you always want to, well, what's going to happen there? But I do my best to stay in the moment.
Stay present.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, is there any advice that you could give anyone watching the video and anyone that's interested in purchasing the Alumosaics instructional video? People who are watching now, and other artists, potential artists.
You mean what to do with their time and life, or?
Yeah, or if they're considering getting into art in general, if they're not sure, if they're uncertain about their ability or themselves.
Kind of advice?
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of that comes to hand is I would tell anyone walking through life, find out as quickly, as soon as you can, who you are and what you're about. And then I think you'll be able to move along and get on with life and be peaceful, navigate, be peaceful within yourself. Yeah,
right.
Yeah. But know thyself.
That's good advice. Thank you, Jeff, very
you're
much
welcome. Nice
for
meeting
talking with
Nice
us.
meeting you. Okay.
And that's it.